When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pod on. Thank you for telling a friend. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, Billified_pod. Share it with your friends. Share our clips. And I think you'll love it. We're on YouTube as well. Woo! That's right. We're on YouTube, and you can see shorts in the studio and full episodes there, clips of episodes there. We have a Substack now. You can go read. It's called Billightenment, and it's
Billightenment.
Yeah. Hey, now, how dare you? How dare you over there, you judgmental ass? I'm kidding. But it's just thoughts on things that kind of don't fit in the Billified world anywhere else. So we started that, and you can subscribe to it and read it, and it's all available. Like and subscribe. We're here with Dougie Fresh.
Woo, baby!
In
the house, Saturday afternoon, hip shaking, money making, tower power, Dougie Fresh in the house. I was just talking to my niece, and she's in Albuquerque. She's making some moves with her life, and I can't tell them. But she goes, "How long have you been doing this?" I think I've been 2.5 years, something like that. And she goes, "It would have been cool if you would have marked everyone down and kept a log of it." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess, looking at that now, I guess so." But I just thought with every picture I take, one of these will actually have the beginning date, and I think it was.
Well, we have the episodes,
right? I'm not going to go back through all those. I mean, gosh, I got
too much work.
I got stuff to do. I'll just wait for memories on Facebook to come up.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh man,
all my pictures.
Memories are a scary thing on Facebook. No, a little scary if you're in like a situation, and you realize what a marker in time children are, because things will pop up, and a lot of it is me and my youngest son, and he was just this little itty bitty guy, and he's turning.
Makes you feel old.
Turning 16.
Not old.
No, I don't.
Just so much life that's gone through, and
I don't feel old.
I don't look old.
I should probably. Yeah, I don't know what people say. I don't know when people say that. I always think they're full of shit. I had a guy say to me yesterday, we were talking just he and I, we were in a room, and I was eating my lunch and trying to go through some school stuff, and the guy starts talking, and I said something about, "Oh, my son is 1 year younger than you," and he goes, "How old are you?" And I said, I'm 54.
Young enough to kick your ass, Pilgrim.
And I go, well, I don't know. I said, I'm 54. And the guy goes, "It's a sin to lie." And I said.
He said that?
Yeah. He was kidding, right?
Oh, okay.
And I said, no, I'm telling you. He goes, "What's your secret?" I said, well, this part
no
is.
sex.
No, this part is true. I said, I drink a lot. Now, I have cut way back. I just will say that. But I said I drink a lot. And he goes, "Oh, too bad. I'm Muslim. I don't drink." But it was a great conversation. It was really interesting what transpired after that. But so I always think people are full of shit when they say you look young. I don't know.
Well, we had a customer where I work, 90 years old, found out from a customer yesterday. He goes, Tim died. I go, "Old Tim?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "What happened?" 70. I go, "Gosh, that guy would come in and drink 4 or 5 Manhattans every week." He goes, "Yeah, that was the only thing keeping him going."
That might have been.
And I told somebody else, and they'd be like, "Well, he came in and had a non-alcoholic beer." I go, "Yeah, he had 1 non-alcoholic beer and then the Manhattans afterwards."
But it wasn't. I'll say I don't know that it's the alcohol as much as, honestly, it's the socialization.
Yes.
That you talked to him.
Getting out there.
But you talked to him. You knew who he was.
I had to talk to him 3, 4, 5 times for one sentence because he was deaf, to the point where I was almost yelling over the bar, and I felt bad because then you're...
Yeah, sure, interrupting other people.
"Do you want fries with your fish fry?" And you don't want to feel bad because he's 90.
Yeah. Exactly. But I do think that is a big piece that keeps people alive.
But he still got out. He still drove.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh, gosh, how many Manhattans does he need?" And I'm like, do you need another one? Maybe it's time to go. And you try to be nice, but yeah, they're getting out. And some of these old timers, at least years before, they had their routine of 2, 3, 4 bars. Especially the old timers, they would stop. They knew where all the good looking girls were, and they'd have one, and they'd tip kind of nice. And,
Hey,
okay,
pretty ladies.
yeah, Therese, I'll see you next week or tomorrow.
As my grandfather used to call, "Hey, Dolly." I used to get so uncomfortable. I'd be with him somewhere, and he would say to, like, if it was a deli counter or something, "Hey, Dolly, can I get a half pound? Dolly, I'd like a Dolly." And I would just be like, "Yeah, this feels weird." They ate it up.
Yeah,
some of them ate it up. They didn't care. They didn't care at all. So I was like, all right. It sounded old school to me. That's what made me uncomfortable. I never called anybody a Dolly. You know what I mean? Hey, Dolly. Hey, doll. Maybe I should now.
Not Dolly. I had a friend that used to call people doll.
Yeah.
Thanks, doll.
Yeah.
Not Dolly.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Dolly was what my grandfather said. Dolly.
Well, Dolly Parton.
I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea.
How we doing, doll? Bugs Bunny used doll.
Did he?
Hiya, doll.
Oh.
Back in the cartoons.
Yeah. But those were like really old ones.
Well, so. I'm 55 here.
Yeah, but I'm right there. I don't remember the doll stuff as much, but you're right. Yeah.
I think that is an old term.
It is an old
60s,
term.
50s.
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight, doll?
I wanted to bring something up that we had touched on last week.
Mae West.
Oh, God.
How tall are you? I'm 6'7". Well, you can forget about the 6 foot and just bring the 7.
That was Mae West.
Mae West.
Always
she
those
has
jokes.
Some great one-liners
Yes.
I found one night.
Fantastic.
She should get more credit, whether she wrote them or not.
Yeah.
But
she delivered them.
She delivered them.
That's the thing, man. They landed, right?
Yes.
And I think so many times some people are great at writing and not executing, and somebody else can just bring more life to it.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and both acting and comedy. Last week we were talking about GLP-1s when you were here, and I got someone who was very angry with me about my statements on GLP-1s.
What was the GLP-1? Oh, the
Ozempic and things like that. And I said how I worry that it's a shortcut, and what happened to my body image and all this. And I basically wrote back to the person who complained. I said something to the effect of, I was riffing, not researching. So, this kind of thing. And then I read on an episode this past week, I read the person's complaint. I never put their name in there. And they wrote back, and I woke up this morning, and before I even got out of bed, I normally I have my phone on airplane mode, so when I turn it on, everything just starts coming in.
Like
I take it off I take it off, because it's hard to put your phone on airplane mode now.
It is?
Yeah, because airplane mode keeps your Wi-Fi on. It used to not, but the planes have Wi-Fi, so you can put it in airplane mode, but the Wi-Fi stays on. And what will happen is when I'm near the Wi-Fi, my calls come through.
I have noticed that. I text a couple people late, and they say so-and-so has their phone off.
Yeah, just do not disturb.
Do not disturb. Or you can force it through.
Yes.
If it's an emergency.
On the do not disturb.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm making a mistake, but I went through and I did a couple of steps and built a shortcut button in my phone that I can just hit it, and it goes directly to airplane mode. Nothing gets through. Maybe that's not good, because I do have kids and things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's not smart. But, so I wake up, and when I heard it on, everything starts coming in from the night before. And I saw this, and normally I wouldn't even turn it on until I get to, I had a cup of coffee, did some stuff.
Right.
So I laid
Start your day.
I laid in bed, and I responded to the person again, and I won't go into the details of it, but they were upset because I said that, all the things I said about Ozempic, and they said it really helps me. And I'm not talking about that person in particular. What I was saying more or less with the Ozempic is the number of people that are 20 to 30, 40 pounds overweight that aren't going to have some kind of drastic surgery or be required, right? This kind of thing. That sometimes just better nutrition and exercise makes you feel better instead of having to put a drug in yourself, but that requires, and it sucks. Changing your lifestyle fucking sucks. It blows, man, doesn't it? You've done it.
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Not to brag. This is not bragging, because I haven't told anybody.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks. There's a part of it that sucks. But you feel better, and there is something about the motivation. Once you start to see let's say it's weight, the number on the scale drop, you're more motivated to stick to what you're doing because it's working. And that's a great thing. But that's my point with this, where the Ozempic stuff is sort of a shortcut. You're not necessarily changing your lifestyle.
Right. I think, and I am agreeing with you, that I'm just going to get the shot.
Yeah.
Well, you just don't put the shot and all of a sudden 3 pounds are gone.
Right.
It
it
puts you in the mindset that you don't need to,
right.
you don't have to eat. But the things that I know that I could have been doing, I'm just doing now because now I've gotten to a point. I'm like,
you got to do it.
250.
Right.
So no bread, no pasta, no carbs.
Yeah.
Black coffee, no creamer. Today is my cheat date. I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts on the way here.
Okay. Smells good.
Protein. Yeah. Mainly it's been steak and deviled eggs. And you laugh, but I looked it up. And it said...
Look, somebody was talking to me, and they go, Doug's whole existence is about whether he has the materials to make deviled eggs. They go, it's like an existential crisis. It's deviled eggs for Doug.
I looked online, I Googled it. I jokingly said, hey, Google, are deviled eggs good for a diet? And it said, yes, deviled eggs are good if you are doing a keto diet, which is basically mostly all protein.
Right.
So half a steak at night with some deviled eggs, and at lunch the next day, nothing after 8, water and black coffee.
That's, and no, you haven't drank beer at all?
I drank a lot on the Turks destination, but.
Since then?
No.
Yeah. No. Look, dude, I can lose myself in bars. I don't drink heavily at home. I can have a glass of wine and put it away. I can have a beer and not have another.
I don't drink
at home. I mean, I'll drink, but I don't drink at home. You know what I mean? To me, it's a social thing. But when I get going at the bar, man, I can feel it.
Yeah.
And I went for just 1 hour the other day.
If you're 20 or 30 pounds overweight, you just change a couple things in your life and you'll see it come off. And it doesn't have to be drastic. They say a pound a week.
But hey, look,
a pound a day, half a pound a day, that'll come off.
I want to make this very clear in case the person who was upset is listening, and I'll get into what else they were upset about. And I really want your opinion on this. I think it would be interesting because I think you have knowledge of people who have been in this situation.
Okay.
But to this person, look, if it jumpstarts for you, if you're what they would do, it's not hard to be morbidly obese. If you look at the charts, it's really not to fall into that. If you have tried all these other things, if it just doesn't work for you and this is a jump start, amen, go
for it.
Do it. Ever look at your wall and think, that hole definitely wasn't there yesterday. Or maybe your faucet's got a drip that's slowly driving you into madness. That's when you got to call my buddies at Mac of All Trades, because it's your home. And if you don't have the skills to fix it yourself, go to the people who do. And trust me, there's nobody better than Mac of All Trades. They do everything. Leaky faucet, they got it. Drafty windows and doors, done. Electrical, plumbing, carpentry, sure. Full kitchen or bath remodel, oh yeah, they'll do that too. From patching the hole that someone made by definitely not slamming the door to transforming your entire space. Mac of All Trades gets it done quickly and the right way. Stop putting up with cold drafts and half-finished to-do lists. Give them a call at 585-202-9218 or find them online at macofalltrades.net. Get started on that to-do list today. Mac of All Trades. No job too small. But here's something, Doug.
What?
That I find very interesting.
Okay.
There's the whole Iranian thing that's happening right now.
There is?
Yeah.
What?
There's a couple bombs. And things but that's not what I didn't want to really go there. Apparently, the son of the supreme leader who was killed is rumored to take over.
Okay. Family business.
And there was this whole article on him and the impotency that he experienced, that he had to go to England for a number of sessions. I would assume, I think he went twice.
For Viagra to get a stick in his dick?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know.
And this is the important world culture we're talking about 5 years later?
Well, yeah, because it's interesting in that it's
In
so
5 years,
shaming.
if somebody finds your files, we're going to find out if this guy can get a hard on by himself.
But it's so shaming to people. It's so shaming to men. Like you start looking at what is really behind the impotency. We can say age when there's the Viagra and stuff like that. I don't know how old. I think he is older, but that's not one of the most interesting parts of this. What I didn't realize was they have something that we don't have here in the United States. Or I've never heard of. Well, there's that, but I've never heard of this. They have temporary marriages.
Wow.
Okay. So think of it as
a car rental. You're leasing and not
I was
buying.
going to say yes. Yeah, you could say that. I was going to say training camp.
Oh,
Honey,
I want one in white, and 7 years later, I'll take the one in black.
Honey, it's not cheating. I'm in training
I got
camp.
red. I got brown.
Right. It's like
I got an SUV. I got a convertible.
I got it all.
I got a passenger van for all my buddies.
It's
Give me the dump truck.
but they do this to. You want the dump truck? Is that what you want?
Only for 7 years. I probably get tired of it.
Oh, you'll get tired of that dump truck in 5, buddy. But you know what? The trade-in value, no one wants it. No one wants it.
It's been used.
You should try to get rid of that dump truck.
Right.
Woo! My God. Fuck, Doug's here with her again. Is there a buffet tonight?
Shut up, Sally.
I didn't realize this. So Iran is, I believe, the primary religion is Muslim.
And what's Iraq? Because they're always fighting about religion over there. I mean, that's been forever. Isn't their main course why they don't like each other?
Well,
Different
Iran
religions?
and Iraq seem to be okay. It's right now. It's Iran and Jerusalem and Israel that has the big issue because
Muslim, Jewish,
Yeah.
and Christian.
Yeah.
There's no Christians over there, is there? It's either
there
Muslim or
could be. There could be.
But I mean, the majority. What they're
I think
fighting
the
about.
majority is Muslim. I don't know that they're fighting over that. I think it's more about land and territory in Israel and Iran.
For all this, even Gandhi days.
Well, Gandhi was India.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
But I think this is more about territory, and then Iraq is getting involved in Palestine versus Jerusalem or versus Israel, and so it's all that stuff. But the thing that I found interesting was this temporary marriage, and they do it to get around a religious law. So it's like law. So you can have a temporary marriage. And I go, that's...
For how long? I mean, it's your own... Let's be married for a week, a month. That's, marry me so you can get my insurance?
I don't know. Let me see. Because I didn't have enough time to really dig into it, but it jumped out of the page to me when it said he had 2 temporary marriages, this guy. Mm-hmm. And you go, okay. And then he was older when he got married, and he couldn't have kids. And the impotency, they were just trying to make that a big deal in this article, the impotency, and then he had to go to England and all these things. And all I'm thinking is, that is a big shaming thing for a lot of men, especially...
I would not shame anybody for that.
For impotency?
Yeah.
No. I don't think that people talk about it, but it's self-shame. You know what I mean?
I don't think I would use the word shame, though.
You wouldn't?
No.
Like if you're with the woman...
shame on you?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
I know. Yeah. That's not how I'm thinking.
Right.
Shame. Say to my penis, shame on you. I told you to get up, motherfucker. No, shame in that I'm so embarrassed that I almost shrink away. You avoid attempts at relations because you're ashamed that your dick may not work, right? And you're hoping that whoever's on the receiving end of your heat-seeking moisture missile will be understanding, right? Now, a lot of times that stuff happens with old. I don't know what kind of thing this guy went through, and that was their big deal. But the fascinating part to me is you had 2 temporary marriages, probably during your prime sex years. But do you say to these women, I'm not going to have children with you? are there people who have had children out of what was deemed a temporary marriage? But it's a way to get around and just feed the biological monster of sex that's
to be married
in all of it. No. In that religion, basically, it's like you can't have sex unless you're married.
Oh, gotcha.
So here's a way around it.
No premarital sex over in Iran.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying Iran. I'm saying in the Muslim faith. I'm not familiar enough to know, but I think that's it. I know.
Oh, so now they got bylaws in the Muslim faith.
Well, this is a weird thing. I did not know this. A temporary marriage. I find it fascinating.
Huh.
I find that fascinating. And I want to...
If you could have a temporary marriage, 2 years?
Well, I used to...
I think that's the longest my relationship has been with a woman is boyfriend, girlfriend is 2 years.
That's your longest relationship?
Wow. What are you looking at that for?
Huh?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
You got a look on your face. I can tell.
I'm not surprised.
What? You're not surprised? Okay.
You don't want to put up with somebody who's longer than that. And I guarantee it was all you. I guarantee every relationship ended because of you. Am I wrong? Who ended them?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can
One
see
just fell out of earth. I didn't know what happened to her. I think she was looking for marriage.
She just disappeared.
And I was cheating on another girl, but she was awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
She was.
A temporary marriage is known as a nikamuta, a pleasure marriage. It's known as a pleasure marriage. So this is strictly for sex. And it's a private contract-based, time-limited marriage recognized primarily in a certain sect of Islamism or Islam.
So you're not going to be able to do it here in the States.
No, but I'm just going, it requires a stipulated duration and a dowry expiring automatically without divorce.
So you're paying somebody to sleep with you.
Well, it sure sounds like that.
Well, yeah, it is that. A dowry
Historically permitted
is a payment.
Early in Islam.
I mean, you're not giving her a cow and a chicken and getting into bed. I mean, money.
Yeah, but it is considered forbidden by Sunni scholars. Now, the interesting thing is the Supreme
Sunni
League...
scholars?
SUNNI.
Not Sunni school. No. I thought you meant like professors of New York State.
I might be saying...
I'm not reading it. You are.
I know, and I may be mispronouncing that.
Right.
SUNNI. I said Sunni, but it could be Sunni or Sunny.
In that case, I'm moving to Cortland.
Yeah, it's like I find this. So a contract is made for a specific period from hours to years. You're right. You could, yeah. I'm going to take the convertible for the day.
It's like Enterprise.
Yeah.
We're going to be married for 24 hours. Here's your dowry.
Yeah.
$11,000.
A woman gives herself in marriage for an agreed dowry and then must include a clear duration and a dowry. It does not traditionally require witnesses, and partners do not inherit from each other unless specified in the contract. So you could say, ending the marriage automatically dissolves when the time limit expires. What if you actually fell in love?
Then you extend it. You
yeah, I guess you could.
Again, yeah.
And I used to kind of joke with people, maybe somebody else joked and I
just like a lease. I mean, they give it to you for a year. Do you want to buy it outright?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Or no, I want to trade it in for something else.
If the new year has you saying, I did not sign up for this, like a workers' comp case, Social Security disability, or a personal injury claim, don't try to Google lawyer your way through it. Go to Connors and Ferris. They have offices in Buffalo, New York City, Syracuse, and Rochester, and they'll get back to you within 24 hours. Yeah. So even when you're stress scrolling at 2 a.m., you can call 262-COMP, tell them a little bit about what's going on in your life, and within 24 hours, one of their attorneys will get back to you. You'll talk to real lawyers who will explain things in plain English, not legal mumbo-jumbo. Workers' comp, Social Security disability, personal injury, complicated? Absolutely. Something you should handle alone? Nope. Connors and Ferris. Experienced, responsive, and committed to serving you better. Call 262-COMP. Help's available right now. There's a mayor in Louisiana.
Ooh, we're moving. We're going to take the Bill fight on the road.
Who allegedly had sex with a 16-year-old.
Ooh, that's bad.
At her own kid's birthday party.
Wow. And yet that doesn't surprise me.
Pool party, kids everywhere. She's in an orange bikini. Mm-hmm. And apparently there was zero adult supervision, including herself. At a certain point, I was thinking they just do need to rename the town Slutville. Right?
Yeah.
Population, one mayor, and a couple horrified teens. But this was a child's birthday party. And somehow it does end up in an episode or becomes an episode of Cops. It's a weird, the whole thing is weird because apparently like this kid's parents worked for the town or in the mayor's office. But there were everybody at this party. You could only imagine how this unfolded. She had to be drinking.
Now she's 16.
No. She's 43. She's the mayor.
Oh, who's 16? The guy?
The boy.
Oh.
Yeah. So
and there's people there.
It's her son's birthday party.
Okay, I thought it was just those two and the kids.
It's her son's birthday party.
Okay.
Who's also about 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it. Okay.
So mom is out in the bikini.
I'm on track.
Mom's having, obviously is drinking, right? And then she says, people say, because I'm reading this article, and it's so funny because you could picture it, and I would be so fat. If I were a kid, I would be like, this is fucking amazing. Watching the mom hit on the kid. And she's like, oh, she like touched his chest and, wow, you must work out. I mean, all this shit's being said, right? And if I saw one of my buddies, I'd be like, oh, I'd be like, yes, this is fucking phenomenal.
Now, if the shoe's on the other foot,
I might get uncomfortable because I was weird back then as a child. I was very, very.
I mean, as an adult.
Yeah.
Shit going sideways.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As an adult. But so this kid, they wind up going in a bedroom and apparently the window was open or had not open. I don't want to say that, but like
you could see through it a little bit.
You could see through it a little bit that her own son got video of her on top of this guy grinding away.
I'm going to videotape my mom.
Well,
banging a kid my own age.
I mean, I'm sure the kid was like horrified and mad. And what do you do when you're mad nowadays?
You videotape everything.
Videotape.
Sure.
Yeah. And so you just videotape.
That's all anybody does. Any kind of accident, he's bleeding to death. No, I got to get on video, and then I'll call 911. I only have so many. You know, I'm at 5%. Either call 911 or get a video. That's what it comes down to. And what do people do with these videos?
I don't know. Well, they put them up on. There's whole pages dedicated to the horrors of life. Right. So I don't know.
And some nights I get stuck watching them. It's like a train wreck. You just can't turn away.
Yeah. How was your birthday? The cake was good, but mom committed a felony. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty good. I don't know. But here's the real thing, because this is where I want to bring it back to. And you sort of touched on this just naturally because you are Dougie Fresh. Mm-hmm. And that was the idea that the alcohol addiction is a disease, right? We say drug addiction is a disease. Food addiction, I think, is even determined by some to be a disease. But when someone behaves like this, we don't say disease. We don't refer to sex addiction, which is a real diagnosis.
Sex addict?
Yeah, sex addict, right? As a disease. I'm not saying that could be used here, but what we say is that person shouldn't even be in charge of a fucking toaster.
Is her name Misty Roberts?
Was she the Louisiana mayor?
Yeah.
Does her name come up as that?
It says Misty Roberts found guilty of having sex with teen, but that was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure, I would think so.
Misty Roberts. I mean, if that doesn't start getting your dick hard, nothing will.
You can join me. I'll just say this.
Okay.
Because everything is a disease, right? In a lot of places, a lot of things. Somewhere right now in America, there's a doctor diagnosing someone with stage 4 bad decisions, right? That's got to be, if this is what we're doing.
Are they pulling on his crank?
Yeah. Racking it back and
Mr. Stretcho Man?
For Dougie Fresh! Woo! I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time.
Seems they were looking for a Cadillac.